Welcome back to Making a Difference. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Rodney Clements from RN Enterprises. Also preferred to be GB because Rodney Clements is your dad. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program. Tell us a little bit about what is RN Enterprises.
RN Enterprises Infusion Services is a team of infusion nurses. We provide therapy in the home. We receive patients through doctors' offices or specialty pharmacies, and then we send nurses to people's homes and provide the therapy there.
Define what an infusion means to you.
Infusion is typically anything that's intravenous, something that would go in peripherally through a PICC line, a port, any kind of IV access device.
And when you are serving clients and people that come from referrals from medical doctors, you hear of IV clinics around that can do the vitamin stuff. What type of IV stuffs are you doing for these patients?
We are doing mostly immunoglobulin therapy and biologics and some IV antibiotics. There's some other specialty drugs and different classifications, but we do only medications that are prescribed by your physician.
Got it. So it's not IV stuff for lifestyle. It's IV stuff for medical needs that they don't then have to go back to the hospital where I go to the doctor, I need to have IV with XYZ medications to treat whatever my affliction is, but instead of going home, then coming back to the doc, you go to them and provide it for their services at their house.
That's correct. We can provide IV hydration, but typically these are therapies that are ordered by your physician because of a condition you have, whether it's autoimmune or immune deficiency disorder or an infection. Most medicines are more effective given intravenously, and that's what we specialize in.
How many nurses do you have out there in the field doing the thing?
Actually, we now have over 200 nurses
Wow.
in about 20 states. We started here in Florida, and we have a great team of some of the most experienced infusion nurses.
I've got to ask because, it's always interesting when we do this program, the different ways that people have innovated in their space, right? What caused you to have this idea? I mean, it's just a simple tweak, right? You IV, needle in a bag. You do it at your house, you do it at the hospital. What made you come up with this idea? Because that is such a great niche and such a needed service, especially considering the process to get to a hospital these days.
It has been around for years. I've been doing home infusion for over 20 years now. It's just catching on, though. Even before COVID, the trend was to do more things at home, avoid the hospital, these IV clinics, and get even better service more efficiently and more cost effectively in the home by an expert nurse. So I realized years ago there was a demand for this, and it's hard to find a good nurse sometimes. Not all nurses can even start an IV anymore, so all of our nurses are experts in all IV access devices and starting IVs. So that's what we focus on.
Well, and it's fabulous. And you talk about the in-home care trend, I guess is a trend. We are in a world where, of course, we were kind of joking a little bit off-site that we're kind of entering into, the part of our careers, right, where we become the most impactful, right? We're young, trying to figure it out. Now, still young, maybe on the older side of young, and we've maybe figured it out. But as we progress in life, right, we look at our parents, which were our grandparents. People are living longer, but they don't necessarily want to go from I'm an independent human being straight to full-on nursing care.
Right.
And what you're doing is providing, at least from a medical perspective, a procedural perspective, a process by which they can still maintain that independence.
Yes, most patients, whether they're children in school or people that have a job, they can still maintain their normal lifestyle, and we can see them in the evenings or on the weekends and fit their schedule.
That's
so
fabulous.
that is true. They can, most patients, if they receive their therapy properly, they can be just as functional and active as normal as anybody.
So if people want to find out more about your services, your firm, if they're a medical provider and they want to use you, or if they're a consumer and they want to use you, what's the best way for them to connect to find out more?
Well, you can look us up on the internet, or just go to rn-enterprises.com, or you can look me up and call or text me anytime.
That's fabulous. I really appreciate you coming on. It's really neat to hear these ideas. And of course, you think of this idea going, oh, it's a new idea. Like, no, actually, it's been around for 2 decades. Now it's become very vogue. And like you said, the pandemic might have something to do with that. So thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story today. Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Guys, thanks for joining us on Making a Difference. If you like us, share us. Remember, live with gratitude.